won the fourth player, top 6, all in MLG events since 2005 over the last few years. Now, of course, they've really come together for this event. Should be interesting to see how Mimic does, how Scrub Twista does, joined, of course, by Legend and Nai. And the four of them, you know, as I was saying, are an unknown sort here, but taking a look at their stats, especially Scrub Twister, or actually Mimic, who took out Exit Wounds at KSI back in 2006, taking his team, Mob Deep, of course, to the top 6 at the Orlando event. Now, that was a few years ago, so we're here in 2008. Halo 3's had plenty of time to take over from Halo 2. They're different games, let's be fair. Will that experience carry on over here against Portugal? Taking a look at, of course, like Ignition, we got Lorenko, Lewis, Point Azul, and Rutra. 4 players who I've actually seen before play here in Europe, of course, at the Matchbox 360 XL events. And if they're on, I think the Portuguese are really going to surprise the Americans.
Well, it would be a pleasant surprise, to be quite honest, because Mob are coming into this game as heavy favourites, like I did say before. Just the simple fact that they've got the MLG experience, also WSVG experience as well. In fact, I think they actually won one of the WSVG events, if memory does serve me correctly. So Mob are an exceptionally experienced team, and these Portuguese, they're really going to be tested here. I mean, I'd say the opening 2 or 3 minutes are probably going to dictate what happens in the rest of the game. If the Portuguese go down and start chasing, Mob are going to start to turtle up. Well, anyone who knows anything about Mob, pardon the pun, they do have a team called Turtle, but they will turtle up and they'll just lie back. It is Team Slayer, of course, so once you've got that advantage, don't particularly need to press it, do you?
Well, we're going to be getting the action underway here. We're going to be playing on the pit. It's Team Slayer. That's the only game they play here at WCG. It's a 15-minute round, and right now we're seeing that push for the power weapon. That's the Rockets, and the Americans make a very fast push. The Rockets now lying on the ground there. Mob had a very good rush there at the start, but the Portuguese seem to split it up rather good. Right now, you're taking a look at, I believe, the
following Mob.
Yeah, sorry, we're watching Mob right now, and of course that would be Legend from the Mob side. And so far, 4-3 in the opening minute. Very close match.
It looks like Scrub Twister's going to be taken down, so it's back to 4-4 here. Are they going to see another kill? Yep, that's going to be nicely done. That's going to be Legend onto Poizal. You see the frags going out, just trying to clear out those tunnels. Picks up the power weapon, the rocket launcher, of course. Now control that rocket launcher on pit. Huge, isn't it?
Oh, it's absolutely, really shows what team's going to have the advantage right off the start here. 6-4 that score, and so far Ignition really trying to keep this game close, and it is, considering it didn't get those rockets. That final rocket being used there, and the players here in Halo really do get loud, so it should be interesting to see how that communication and the dynamic between both teams works. 8-8 right now. This one's very close as we come on through 2 minutes.
Yeah, Mob actually down for the first time in the game, 9-8 in favour of the Portuguese here. Let's see if they can capitalise on this. So we've got the battle rifle coming in from Mob now. Mob do seem to have control of the rocket launcher as well, so it'll be interesting to see if they can actually maintain that control. Looks like Lewis is going to be dropped here. Battle rifle spam coming in, that's going to be taken out. I'm not entirely certain who we're watching here, but it's obviously a Mob player. He's going to be, triple team, forced to fall back. Gets the plasma grenade off. He is going to get out of there with his life, but I mean, you can't help but think if the Portuguese knew he was down that low in health, they would have just bum rushed him.
We're watching Legend right now. That's who you're going to be watching from the Mob side the entire time here on this broadcast. Of course, on the Portuguese side, we're going to be watching Lewis. Now, taking a look at the Portuguese right now, Lewis and Lorenko, probably the most experienced and tactical players on this team. Point Azul, he's also has quite a bit of LAN experience here. And Rutra is probably the odd man out here. Don't know very much about him. He's the newest player to this Ignition side. Now, the interesting thing about the way these teams are set up is basically the Portuguese right now, Lewis is on the right side, in the middle is Rutra and Point Azul, and Lorenko, probably the most experienced LAN player, is on the outside. That to me isn't a good sign. I think Rutra would have been better on the outside perhaps. Maybe not calling as much, but maybe he is making a lot of the calls because of his inexperience, and he's just letting his players clean up all the frags for him. Right now, 22-16. We're seeing the gap wide right now against Ignition, and Mob off to a good start.
Yeah, this is what Mob were looking for, of course. Now they are going to go, like I did say, probably defensive here. And you'd have to say that the Portuguese now chasing what is an uphill struggle. We're almost talking 10 frags now, 8 frags the difference, and that's opened up in a matter of mere minutes here, Mike. So it looks like Mob are going to be trying to maintain that lead. Frag grenades going out here. Looks like we're going to see, that's going to be, he's going to be shot in the face.
Finally taking out that sniper there. Nai had that sniper. You saw him just picking off Ignition players as they spawn. Coming in here towards Sword, into the command center. Now chasing down Mimic is Lewis. Manages to pick up that frag. Some good BR work. Now he's going to have an opportunity to use this sniper, trying to take Nai out, but unfortunately he's going to be taken there. And it looks like Nai had the frag there with some support from his team.
Yeah, Lewis struggling a little bit. He's in third place for his team here, so considering that he is, one of the more experienced players in his Portuguese squad, I would have expected maybe a little bit more from him so far. Still early doors though. You could see him actually pick up a couple of kills, and it looks like we do have a rocket launcher pickup, so it's going to be dropped. Very unfortunate. Looks like that is going to go back over to the Portuguese here, so Mob losing control of that rocket launcher for the first time since actually respawned, Mike.
If you're just joining us, this is the WCG group stages for Halo 3. Mob from the USA versus Ignition from Portugal. The blue guys are IGN, Ignition, and of course the red guys are MOB, Mob from the United States. Looking cross map now, cross Ignition. We're watching Legend's view as he's over here by the Needlers. Looking towards hallway now, and of course 10:29 on the map, still plenty of time before the third rockets go up. But right now it looks like Mob trying to control this hallway where the rockets will spawn anyways. Sub-Twisted taken down there by Portugal. So 35-29, the Portuguese had a large gap that they were facing. They're starting to close that again. 5 frags in it, so the Portuguese having a good opportunity. Lorenko now absolutely comes in there and lives the dream. Fantastic stuff from him, and absolutely don't know what was going on there with the Mob player, but he definitely had the first strikes there with the BR and was unable to use them.
Oh, what a sniper shot. It's going to be Lorenko killing Nai. You see, sniper control, of course, on a map like Pit is what would you say is more important, the rocket launcher or the sniper?
Well, both teams get sniper rifles, so I think the rockets really are the key weapon here. They're in the middle of the map. You saw that push right off the start that Mob won, and that's really why they have that lead. They may have not got many frags of those rockets, but it did psychologically affect, I think, the Portuguese. 41-36, still 5 frags in it as we see Legend over here by the hall, or sorry, Lewis by the hall, the blue team. Now looking on Scuba Twister, he's weak. Plasma throw, managed to pick that frag and avoid the plasma without any of his shield being taken down. Of course, we're using WCG rules here, which are a variation, pretty much the exact same as MLG over in the States. And looking on as his teammate Rutra has taken, Scuba Twister manages to grab Rusta, but at the same time takes out, with some support here from Lewis, managing to grab the revenge frag. Looking towards the command center now, causes a bit of a misused plasma. Scuba Twister, big frag there on Lewis. 45-40 though, 5 frags the difference. We've seen that for the last few minutes. 8:38. Right now the Rockets have just come up for the 3rd time. Be interesting to see who's grabbed them. Lorenko taken out there by the Mob player Legend, who's finally taken out by the command center. Sniper rifle goes in the hands of Ignition.
Yeah, Ignition now looking to actually, get some kind of control here. They've got to get some positional advantage and start to push Mob back a little bit, because Mob have been pretty much free roaming around the map, as we can see. Still doing that now in the eyes of Legend. He'll spot Lorenko, and he does take him down. Nicely done. Looks like Mimic was eventually taken out as well. Mimic top scoring in server so far, and that's pretty much to be expected, to be quite honest. He is probably the better of the 8 players in server. Now looks like Mimic is going to get another kill. See, he's actually on 19 frags at the moment, definitely leading the way in server, Mike.
Well, 49-47, we're playing full 15-minute rounds here. Doesn't matter how many frags you get, just get more than the other team and you walk away with the victory. Playing group stages here, Portugal taken out. Now looking towards Lewis. He's also going to be taking out some good BR work there from Legend. Now Legend taking a snipe to the back. He's going to bring his shield way down, trying to figure out what's going on. Looks towards Rocket hallway there. Now moving up to the top hallway. One weapon we haven't talked about, Jay, of course, is the Overshield, the custom power-up that's located underneath the command center in the Overshield hall, the back of the map. Lewis taken out again off the respawn. Double kill there by Legend. Now looking for number 3, Lorenko, but he has to reload. And coming now against Rutra, looking with a sniper rifle, doesn't manage to pick up that. He was hoping for a little luck there, I'd say.
Yeah, that would have been shot in half. Oh my God! That was Nai close range. You don't get any closer than that with the sniper rifle. Takes him out, 1 shot, 1 kill. looking to capitalise now, create a little bit of distance here with that rifle and start to put the fire down. Looking through, well, Scrub Twister picking up the kill, and it looks like we are going to see now probably Mob start to consolidate the position. They do have a decent spot to snipe from, and it seems like they've got, again, they're building on that lead. 60-53 now, 6 minutes 38 left on the clock. Mob looking fairly good here, but the Portuguese not really letting Mob run away with the game.
Well, right now we're seeing the Portuguese get a bit of a spawn trap there, or Mob have the spawn trap against the Portuguese, which is why that gap keeps happening. 61-54 the score right now. 6:24 on the clock means in about 30 seconds the Rockets are going to come up again for the 4th time, and right now Ignition looking very good at controlling that area. But right now Lewis walking away towards Bridge, going underneath, decides to go for the overshield. Good timings by the Portuguese. That could help them bring this back. 3 seconds of invincibility once you grab that, and then you've got 2 times shield. And he's looking to try to pop up here. Easy frag there from Lorenko on Mimic. And there's 7 frags in this right now. The Rockets about to respawn on 5:48. Who's going to grab that? That overshield should really be what helps them. And Lewis needs to really push in there if he was going to do anything. Mimic picking up the frag there from behind, though. Yeah,
Lewis not really making good use of that overshield. His time management, though, I have to say, I mean, he was right on it at the spawn. That's something you normally see from the sort of Quake players when it comes down to item management and such. And it looks like we are going to be following through Legendary's ice. He's going to get the kill to Portugal. Oh, there's not! Rusher up with the backup. He's going to get the kill, so that's going to keep the Portuguese here in, I suppose, touching distance. Just 8 frags separating the two. It's been as high as a 10 frag differential, but it looks like we are going to see the Portuguese here on the comeback trail. Mob going to be looking to pick up the rocket launcher, though, so if Mob can control this midsection of the map, you'd have to say that they're probably going to maintain that lead, but I'm not seeing any Portuguese really challenging. We see Lewis actually being chopped down by the battle rifle fire. Lorenko, he's going to pick up a kill. Not looking good here for the Portuguese. I mean, they really do need that rocket launcher, don't they?
Well, that's going to be what separates that 9 frag gap if they're going to get back into this. Now pushing towards rockets. Those coming up not for quite a while, so it's really no use going to that hallway. Play the bridge. Lorenko right now coming in on Legend. He's going to be taken out. Good BR work from him. Now, one thing that Mob's doing really well is leading their shots. Baller now being picked up by Legend, looking towards the green box area on pit here. Group stages, of course, this is Group B action we're seeing right now. One of the toughest groups. I'm going to say that Group B, USA, Portugal, and Germany all making that group up. Whoever wins this matchup right now, Jay, I think is going to walk away probably with first place.
Yeah, this is pretty much the group of death for Halo as well. I mean, this is the more entertaining group out of the groups that we have, much like Group D in the Virtua Fighter. Anyway, we're seeing still holding that baller. Just recharging the shield now.
Group D also a hard group, though, I'd say. The UK team is going to have a tough time getting out of that in Halo.
Yeah, the VVV Dignitas mix, they are quite the team, but them being a mix, that may very well be an issue. We don't know. We'll find out, though, of course. Now, just looking at Stream 1, we're going to have, what have we got on Stream 1 at the moment? It's going to be Warcraft 3 with Tosspot and Rotterdam, so if you are a Warcraft fan, I implore you to check that out. Rotterdam, of course, one of the professional players. He is going to be playing in the tournament as well. That's going to be some great coverage, Mike.
Interesting insight, I think you'll see there. It'll be interesting to see how he gets on himself, and then also give a look into what's happening to his opponents. Right now, Portugal by their spawn inside the Ignition base. Legend, really good support here from the command center. Comes in on Rutra, and it's going to be a man for a man there, and Rutra got really lucky. Of course, Legend just too far away with that Mauler, and he was unable to get the kill just for himself. Now pushing towards the hallway and the rockets is Mob. 3 minutes left, of course, in 15 seconds. Rockets coming up again. If Portugal can grab it, they can maybe bring this back, but at this point, I'm thinking that the Americans are going to walk away with this.
It's looking that way. I mean, we just watched Lewis on Mimic. He had ample opportunity to take him down with the battle rifle, just couldn't get the job done. I think that's been the story. That's what separated these two teams, to be quite honest. Just the simple fact that seemingly the Portuguese struggling to convert those initial tags into frags. Mob have no problem doing that, so Mob are going to be in a dominant position. 90 to 72, 18 frags the difference. It looks like the Portuguese have become a little bit despondent, Mike.
Well, they're really just letting this go now. Mimic there had an excellent snipe there by the overshield hull. Now Nai up on their training area. And that's what we need to see more of Portugal do. Right here, you saw that battle being lost, and Lewis decided to walk away. 2 minutes remaining, 92-75, so that gap at this point could be very well. Now a spawn trap could be set up here. You saw the way Mob spawned there was a good opportunity for Ignition to make a push, but they just couldn't make an advantage of it as Lewis is taken out there by Scrub Twister.
Yeah, they're seemingly not able to get into the right positions at the right times, and well, Mob, he realised that Lewis was all on his own there and decided, well, we'll rush him 2-on-1 and pick up the kill. Difference now, we're talking 20 frags, 96 plays 76 with 1:30 left on the clock. No real way of getting back into this here for the Portuguese, but has to be said, they put up a good fight against what, you know, many would say are one of the favourites here in the tournament.
Definitely one of the favorites. I'd argue to say that whichever one of these teams makes it out of, or at least whichever two teams make it out of the group are going to be in the final. Hopefully against the United Kingdom, let's be fair.
I'm trying to keep my opinions on who I want to win to myself, because Red Eye's already mentioned that he wants to see UK medals, so I'm going to try and stay impartial. I just want to see the best team win, to be quite honest.
Well, let's be fair, as a Canadian end result walking into this tournament, another very strong team. They're in Group D against the United Kingdom, so I'll be happy with either one of those teams walking away with something. Final minute now, 48 remaining, triple digits now for MOBD as they move across the command center, and some good double BR there. Nai gets lucky there as the Mauler just too far away for Lewis as he's taken out, and 22 frags in this. Portugal, this is going to be a tough loss for them. The Americans are going to walk out of this with a lot of confidence, though, I'm sure.
Certainly, and rightfully so. I mean, Mimic leading the way. He's been the in-game leader, of course. I'm not sure if he's been calling for him, but definitely been the go-to guy for the frags. And with Mimic's leadership, Mob looking very, very strong. Not taking away from Legendary, of course. I mean, he's been also on the ball. But as you can see, Legendary gets the better of Lewis. Looks like Lorenko's going to return the favour, though. But that's pretty much been the story. I mean, it's taken 1.5 shield to drop any Mob player, as opposed to you know, the one-on-one situations, Mob winning quite easily.